Hello, welcome back once again. This is me still, Samuel. My friend, we were installing Git in our system. And remember, after finishing installation, uh, I tried to run something in the command line to make sure that Git is now sitting on our system. Then I said, okay, let us go to the command line and type Git. And boom, Git is not recognized as an internal or external command, operable program, or batch file. You know why that happened? Well, because at the point of installation, my friend, we did not actually, we did not we did not allow Git from the command line and also from the third-party software. Remember, this is the recommended one. And I remember I told you that if you're well versed with command line and maybe you want to use some other third-party software to run Git on your computer, you can select these options. And if you want to use Git and optional Unix tools, from the command prompt, my friend, you can also select this one. But when I was installing, I decided to select Git from Git bash only. That means when I come on the command line, Git will not be recognized because I did not allow Git to run from the command line. And this was a recommended, but I decided to go with the Git bash only because I like the Linux environment. So that was the reason. So take note of that. That when you're installing Git, you can select which terminal you want to use. And the moment you left any terminal out, you will not be able to use those terminal left out. And that's exactly what happened. I left command line prompt, the terminal for the Windows. That's why when I type Git here, it's not found. But when I go to Git bash, let us open the Git bash because that's the only one I decided to select. You can see, my friend, this is the Git bash terminal. When I type Git GTI. I like that car, man. My first car was GTI, Golf GTI. So that's why I'm used to typing GTI always. But I'm referring to Git. So Git is available here, my friend, on the Git bash. You can see that we have all what we need from Git here. So my friend, this is what you need to take home. When you did not select the command line terminal at the point of installation, you will not have Git being recognized by the command line windows, as we have seen previously here. When you type Git here, it's not recognized. But then when you go to Git bash, Git is recognized. From here you can see the version as well by typing Git version. Git version. It will give you the version of Git that we have currently in the system, as you can see down there. That's our version for you, my friend. My friend, get used to Git command. When you type Git, it gives you all the operation that you need to run Git. For example, usage. Each time when you run Git command, you must start with the word Git itself, and then the operators or operations follow, and then what you want Git to do. For example, let's say you want to check the status of the Git. I know we have not created a repo yet, but if you have pointed to your directory or folder that you want the repository to sit on, if you want to make that folder a repo, you type git then init, yeah, to initialize Git in that folder to make it a repository. So these are the start a working area. So when you cloning is like initializing a global repository on your computer. So you use the clone, and init is when you are actually changing that folder of yours to a Git repository. You use git init. So you work on the current change by, this one. These are the things that modifies the file. For example, you can add the file from the staging, maybe from the working area to the staging area and then commit afterward. But these are just for modification, for the modification in the file. So you can also rename the file by using move or rename a file in a directory. You can use restore. You remember, you type git restore to restore working tree files. For example, if you want to go back in the history to see what you've done previously, you use git restore. rm to remove the file from the working tree. For example, you want to change, you want to take away the git from a repo that you have created. I've not tried it, but we'll see how to do it. But I guess that will also do the same thing. And if you want to examine the changes that you have done, you can now use the bisect. Bisect. Use binary search to find the commit that introduced a bug. You see, you use bisect. You will see which commit is causing problem in your system. So you can use git bisect. And you can use git diff to show the changes between the commit and the working tree. Git diff actually differentiate between the previous version that you have worked on and the current one that you have changed, plus the changes that you have made. So git diff will give you that. Grep will print line matching a pattern, and log, my friend, will log who has done what at what time. You know, all the commit log will be shown when you use git log. And git show various types of objects as well. Git status is mainly used, you know, for a working tree status. You can just type git status and see the status, whether the file has been moved from the working mode to the staging, and then when the file is committed, git status also would show us all the information about those things. So if you want to examine the history, my friend, you see git has made it possible by creating all these commands here. The working command to modify, to do changes, you use these ones here. To make the repository or to clone repository, you use those ones here, git clone. So you can see how smart git is. Now, to grow, mark, or tweak your common history. You see, for example, you may want to create a branch to work on instead of working on the master branch. You use the git branch and then give the name of the branch. So you list, create, or delete branch by using git branch. Or you want to now take a snapshot of what you have done, you know, the history of your work. You want to keep it as the current version of your system. You use commit to commit the changes that you have made. And then you want to match the branches. You use git merge. You want to merge many branches together. You use git base. And you want to reset the system, reset the current head to the specified state. You use reset. If you want to switch between branches, move from one branch to another, you use switch. And then if you want to create, list, delete, or verify a tag object, sign with GPG, you use tag. So these are the operations you use to grow, you know, to mark or to tweak, to bring. I will equate this to kind of like scalability aspect of Git. Now, when it comes to the global management, that is where collaboration takes place. You use this command here to fetch. Fetching actually download objects and reference from another repository. For example, if you have cloned some repo from the GitHub repository on your computer, worked on it, and then another person also, perhaps, let's say another person also has done the same thing. Now, if all of you now have got the copy of the GitHub repository in your computer, once you finish working on them, you can now push. For example, if one of you pushes, the other person who wants to see the updates, that particular update, the other person will pull or fetch, to make changes of the previous repository, GitHub repository. Remember, you clone everything. You must clone the GitHub repository, and then the person who has finished making change can now push the copy of what he has done back to the GitHub repository, whereas others will now pull or fetch to see those updates and then update their existing repository as well, if everything has been decided that, okay, now let us go by this and that branch, or if the branch has been merged to one, everything is perfect, then yeah, the rest will now pull or fetch to update their existing repo. So Git provides everything you need here, my friend. In fact, if you have Git, you don't even need to watch any video. Just follow all this and play around with it. You will see, my friend, how proficient you will become, because you're learning direct from the source. But we are here just to guide you, to show you where to get all these details so that you can be able to use them. Now, if you want to see the help, you want more help, you just type git help space -a. This one will give you everything that you need, my friend, and it can be specific as well. For example, if you want to get help about configuration, so you would type git config -a. That will also list a list of help which are related to configuration. So they are locally significant. Now, if you want to get out from here, I think it's quit. Yeah. So that's what Git does for us, my friend. We can exit from here and then back to our normal Windows setup. So remember, what to take home from this video is that the moment you don't specify the specific place where you want to be in, Git will not be recognized from there. For example, I wanted my Git to run on Git bash only. That means command line Windows will not run, will not even see my Git at all, because I've not selected it as the option from here. That's why when I try to check CMD, try to check Git from there, it was not recognized. But because I decided that I want Git to run with Git bash only, so when I open Git bash, my friend, I will find that, wow, my Git is actually existing there, and from there I can do anything with Git. And remember also to learn all these operations. The operations are on the side here, and what they do is on the side. For example, clone is an operator or operation. It is used to clone a repository into a new directory, and init is a function as well. When I talk about operator or operation, I mean the function, So init is used to create an empty Git repository or reinitialize an existing one. For example, if you have a folder, you have your computer with nothing. So you point to that folder by using, let's say we are going to create a repository. Let's say make directory. I hope Bash will make me do this. Make directory Sam, for example. Yeah, I'm making that directory called Sam. You see, make directory doesn't work here. It doesn't work here. Cannot create directory Sam file. Okay, it already exists. Okay, I'm wrong. Let's say Samu. So I've created a directory called Samu, so I can now go to that directory. I want to point to that directory where I want to create a Git repo there. I want to make that directory to be a repository. So you can change directory like that and then write the name Samu. Now I am in Samu directory. From here, my friend, you can now run git init, git initialization to make Samu a repository. So we are going to look into that when we start dealing with all this. I'm just showing you as an example, for you to see how to use some of these operations. So git init to initialize. So let us get out from here. Cd dash dash back to change directory. It's not changing directory. Change directory. You see, I'm going to exit. So my friend, that is how to use git in the terminal. And to check the git, as you saw, there was no git there because we did not allow command prompt to utilize the git, but we decided to go by git bash only, which is here, git bash. And git bash, we type git there, we see that not hit is git, and then we see all the git. So all these, my friend, there are different operators that you can use. As I said before, you don't even need me to show you, but you can now use all these collaborative operators, growth operators, history operators, working operators. Git provide all these for us, my friend. So make use of them, and then to get the help, you can type get help. I think get help also works. Just get help is also working, but to be specific, get help -a. You see, it gives you a lot of information that you can use. So you can just type quit. You can type Q to get out from there, and then exit to get out completely. So my friend, this video is just to show you that git allows you to use a specific terminal, and once you have decided one, you will not be able to use the other one unless you change it at the time of installation. So thank you for viewing. I hope this video has been informative. I will see you in the next video, where we are going to start exploring how to use all these commands, the command we have seen in our git bash. All of them, we are going, not all of them, but the basic one. These commands here: clone, initialization, add for adding file, to the staging, from the working directory to staging mode, and then commit to commit the file, move to move or rename the file, restore is used to restore the file to the previous, like traversing back to the history. Remove is removing the repo or removing files from the working tree and from the index. For example, if you commit some file and then you want to remove it from there back to the staging mode, and from the staging mode out to the working mode. So you use that remove there to traverse, to go back and forth. You can also examine the history and status of the file by using bisect to check the bugs, diff to show the changes you have made, you have committed, and grep there to print lines matching a pattern, log to show who committed the log, the commits, and everything with all the details, including the timestamps. Show, you can run various show command to show various types of objects. Well, and this one always, get status. You type get status to show the status of your working tree. And then growing, this is the scalability aspect of it. You can create branch by using git branch You can commit now to take a snapshot of the current work that you are happy with. You can merge, merge the branch using that. You can rebase or merge different branches together, putting them together into the main one. You can reset. You set the current head to the specified state. Using that reset, you can switch between branches using get switch, operation. You can tag, to create, list, delete, or verify a tag object signed with GPG. And collaborative operators or operations are fetch, pull, push. You push only when you have made some updates to the remote GitHub or GitHub repository, and then the rest will pull or fetch to see the update and to actually accept it and make the current repository to uh, to be the up-to-date one, like upgrading their version. And that's how version is controlled. And also get help -a to give you use that one to give you any help that you may need, so that you don't get lost. And to get out of here, just type Q and you get out from there. My friend, I will stop here and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for viewing. My name is once again Samuel Ambos Onen, your tutor. I'm happy, my friend. Give me a thumbs up or some comments, to teach me. We are teaching one another. I'll see you in the next video. I hope this video has been informative. Thank you.